Welcome back to the program and thank you for staying with us. It's the final trading session for the week at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. During the intraday trading, the market reversed the positive trend seen so far this week to fall into red territory. But has that changed now? Well, let's talk to Temple Ashaju for more. Hello, Temple. So what's the latest update on today's trading activities at the market?
Fine, good to see you on Business Incorporated, Imana. We've actually been able to regain those losses now. The market is back in the positive territory. It looks like it's going to end the week eventually positive. At about now, we're doing some 0.3132 to 35%. It's been hovering within this range. And that is how the market is likely to close. Where have we got the movers? We've got the moves in a couple of the banking names, but that doesn't mean that it will translate to a positive close for the banking sector. Eventually, the financial services sector at large will end up closing positive. But if we move on, you'll see that Union Bank of Nigeria is up by some 9.76%. And of course, if you look at the insurance segment of the market, that is really at this point in time experiencing bumper interest from a lot of the investors. I'm talking about the domestic and foreign investors, given the developments that we've been seeing in that particular sector of this market. And of course, custodian insurance, for example, is up 9.32%. NEM insurance is also up by 9%. You look at sovereign trust insurance, it's also up by 9% and more. And that's how that's the kind of level of trades that we're seeing. If you look at the other side of the market, we're seeing Better Glass in the consumer goods segment of the market down 8.79%. And you've got Berger Paints doing some 9.88% because that is expected because in recent times we've seen so much traction on that particular company. Zenith Bank continues to drop in share price and it's down 1.38% at this point in time. It is also the most actively traded company in the market. We've seen some 42 million units of the shares of Zenith Bank really traded in the market today. And it's followed by Diamond Bank, which has done some 32 million units. And of course, Guarantee Trust Bank doing some 29 million plus in the market. Now, if you go by sectoral performances, insurance is positive. We're seeing a dip in the oil and gas segment of the market. Industrial goods sector is relatively flat. We haven't seen much change there. But for the banking subsector, nothing much has really changed. It's a bit more negative at this point in time, Imana.
You talked specifically about the banking subsector contributing to that rebound a short while ago. But what other drivers led to the softening of the market at intraday?
So we're seeing a whole lot around the financial services segment of the market because there are quite a number of them undergoing a form of capital raising one way or the other. The Sovereign Trust Insurance, for example, has plans to do rights issue, to issue new shares of some 4.17 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo to all forms of investors, whether you're coming in for primary to stay for long or you're coming in for short term. It's going to be issuing this form of shares to you as a fully paid up shareholder. Then you also have, of course, that also translates to the fact that they are raising some 2.07 billion naira in this market. If you look at WAPCO on its own side is also doing a rights issue, but that is in the industrial segment of the market. So as an investor, you might want to keep that aside and quickly look further, look deeper into the market, into the insurance segment or the financial services at large. Financial services still has NEM Insurance, a major company, recently got the interest of AFIG, which is a private equity company, taking up some about 30% stake in that company. That is the news that has been driving up the share price of NEM Insurance lately. We've seen Custodian Insurance as a company that has also bottomed out in terms of share price. Now investors are taking position again, and let's not forget again, we have the return of offshore investors in the market at this point in time, not only in the equities market, but also in the debt market. Now, what this means is a bit of a question that it raises. Does it mean that investors, foreign investors specifically now, are now more bullish on Nigeria even when we have general elections, or they're just here for speculative purpose and they will soon make their exit? Has their perception about general election, years of general election and the market changed in Nigeria? These are the kind of questions that investors, are putting up out there. So these are the key reasons why we are seeing this kind of sentiment in the market. However, I should add that there's a bit of news in the market at this time. Former Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, that's Ms. Aruma Ote, has been made an executive director on EcoBank Transnational Incorporated, that's ETI. That announcement came in this afternoon. If you go to the portal of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, you find that news there. We also have the close period of a couple of companies coming on board. We've got that of Vitafoam released yesterday. The close period was is now 17th of January till the unaudited financial statement of this company is released. And of course, that means that as a member of the board or as a managerial team member, you cannot trade on that company except you are extremely independent of a relationship with Vitafoam. So Access Bank, on the final bit now on this news aspect, Access Bank also just released a notice to the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Says it has gotten, in principle, the approval of the Central Bank of Nigeria and the approval of the Securities and Exchange Commission. So that is in regards to the mergers and acquisition between the bank, Access Bank, and of course Diamond Bank. Now that notice has been made available to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, but it ends the notice to the NSE saying that they also need the approval of both the shareholders of both Access Bank and the shareholders of Diamond Bank. So it says that it will try and update the investing public on what becomes of this after the court-ordered extraordinary general meeting that is expected to take place very soon.
Thank you very much, Temple. Well, away from the Nigerian Stock Exchange in South Africa, the rand traded steady against the dollar today after slipping in the previous session following the central bank's less hawkish tone and decision to leave interest rates unchanged. South Africa's central bank on Thursday kept its benchmark repo rate unchanged at 6.75% as expected, saying it had noted an improved inflation outlook. And for a wrap-up of the markets week, here is our business correspondent in South Africa, Natasha Piri.
The rand ended on a high note this week as it is currently trading at 13 rand 71 cents to the US dollar, 17 rand 82 cents to the British pound, which is due to UK Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit woes, and a further 15 rand 68 cents to the euro. Analysts believe that this can be attributed to South African President Cyril Ramaphosa reiterating the independence of the South African Reserve Bank and the United States government shutdown. While the ANC manifesto launch had little impact on the performance of the South African markets, investors will be waiting to see the outcomes of the State of the Nation address in February to see the indication of what the budget will likely be like. Meanwhile, the JSE All Share closed at 53,814, up by 0.03% from Thursday's close. From Johannesburg, South Africa, Natasha Piri, Channels Television News.
And that's it on our watch on the local bourses across Africa. While Saudi Arabia has indicated its interest to build an oil refinery and a petrochemicals plant in South Africa as part of a $10 billion investment in the country. Saudi Energy Minister Khalid Al-Falih says Saudi oil would be used in the planned refinery. Saudi Arabia was also interested in using South Africa's oil storage facilities. And that's the program today. Very many thanks for watching. I'm Emana Amawe. Bye-bye.